What's up, gamers? We're here this week with a PWC special, basically, in 3 different leagues. I played 3 different members of the PWC, and I'm gonna go over them all, basically, and yeah, I'm just gonna go over all of them. I think I actually, I'm about to use your trash wife for all of them, too. But yeah, I'm gonna go back and just play all 3 and give y'all just brief descriptions on my play. I'm not really gonna go over the teams, but I'll say what my sets were. So yeah, we'll go ahead and start with the first. We'll just go in order that I played him in. So we'll go with the MSL versus ABP. And last game we played, I led for Alligator and he led Greninja because we played earlier in the season and he actually won. So I was thinking, okay, this is really the only thing I can have that can sponge hits from Greninja because my team is Scizor, Mega Scizor, where it's Max HP, Max Attack Adamant, Sword Dance Roost, BP, Quick Attack, Heatran, which is a Z Sunny Day with Solar Beam, Fire Blast, and Flash Cannon. Even though he does have these 2 mons right here that are super weak against ground, and this also, I guess, I wanted to ensure that I could stop Florges from walling me, which I thought was really important, and I just thought this could get some damage off for my team to sweep later on. So that was the main thing, was just for this to do damage and everything slightly, and then Scizor to come in. I have just standard Auravel, Ninetales with Toxic, Moonblast, Freeze Dry, Auravel. For Alligator, it's Dragon Dance, Liquidation, Crunch, I believe. Yeah, Crunch for an Ice Punch. Could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's right. Slurpuff, that's his Belly Drum with Drain Punch, Play Rough, and Return. And Salamence, where it's an Adamant Salamence with Dragon Dance, Earthquake, Dragon Claw, and I forgot the last move, Iron Tail. Iron Tail is again for the Fairy. So yeah, we'll go ahead and start the match. I led, we played before and he won off some late game shows, so I'm going to try not choke in this game. But as you see, the game just starts off with me leading the for Alligator. And knowing that his Quillfish couldn't really do much to me because Quillfish is defensive, so it could do like 30 with a stall, 40 maybe, I'm not sure, didn't count. But yeah, Sunny Day right here. This is Z Sunny Day to go ahead and start because I have Solar Beam. So Solar Beam, it knocks us out, he scouts for it, and I just hit his Pumpkaboo. Gordice, actually. Yeah, Gordice. But we do a Solar Beam. Solar Beam does nothing. So he switches out, scouting for just like trying to sponge the Fire Blast. This takes a good 66, so he can't take another hit with this. He switches this out into his Greninja. Not sure why, honestly, but I was fine with it. He gave me more damage off. I guess he was predicting the Earth Power, and then he was thinking he could stall at Solar Beam, but I don't have Earth Power, so I didn't do that. I Solar Beam this, do a nice 72, so, I mean, that's another reason Earth Power wasn't really necessary for this. And we just got a Sunny Day again, so I can just do some Solar Beam shenanigans if I need to. He did 15%, so like 30 was probably about right earlier. And I just go for another Solar Beam, because really, at this point, there's no point of just predicting anything. Just attacking what's in front of me is working pretty well with this Heatran, so he Shadow Sneaks, gets off for like a little bit. I Fire Blast him. Here I made kind of a misplay because I didn't really calc anything, but I knew he was probably Life Orb like he was last time. And Life Orb crit actually wouldn't have killed, so no, I didn't misplay really. I just kind of went for another Fire Blast. I missed, unfortunately, so I'm going to go down to another Mach Punch. And yeah. I think the better play there might have been close combating, just because you would have got off, he would only took 1 Life Orb hit, but it's not like that really matters, so I guess it doesn't matter. But I just send in Scizor, we BP. We do a nice nothing to it. He sends in his Quillfish now, he gets the Intimidate drop. Now it's time to send in the Aurora Velar, because I know I can take anything from this, and anything he sends in I can probably take a hit from also. So he Scalds. Does 18, no burn. Doesn't really matter if I got burn there, though. I'm gonna Roarvel. He's gonna Spike. We're just gonna Freeze Dry. We're gonna speed it up a little bit because it's slower than I thought it was. But yeah, now we freeze dry. We knock out his cool fish. He sends in the Mega Aggron, which, looking at it, I was kind of scared at this point because I was like, oh, I let my Heatran drop, and that's my only special attacker, so this thing's match defense, so I'll be screwed. Which I think it turns out to be pretty highly defense invested. I'm not 100% sure, but I think it was. So I'm just going to go ahead and not let this thing just kill my Ninetales, and I'm just going to Dragon Dance up right here. Just because I know if I Dragon Dance, nothing can really come in because I'm Yachi, so behind... If you send Mamoswine, I knew that I would live because behind Vel and Yachi Berry, I know I wouldn't die from an Life Orb Ice Shard. But here I'm just going to Earthquake, do 34%, which is really, really nice because that damage is going to come in handy later. Okay, now we're going to send in our Lane Johnson. I have one more turn Vel left, which is really nice. He Earthquakes, does 29, which is a lot. I just Swords Dance up. Here, I thought, well, he keeps going for just like little minor attacks that do no damage. I'm really not too worried about this thing. I was like, he's probably just going to Ice Shard so I could Roost and get more HP. Then I clicked Roost at first, and I immediately clicked off because I was like, wait, that's a bad play. Because if he Earthquake here, or if he Earthquake, I had a very high potential to lose just then. So, yeah, I almost choked away the game, but here I BP because I realized it's the good play to do. He sends in his Mega Aggron. I did have the Roost, and he doesn't have Fire Punch, so he can't really do too much to me. So, yeah, I'm just going to Roost off the damage. Get the +6. We're going to do, I think, 34%. Then he sends in his Greninja. Then I get the +6. We quick attack it just because, why not? And then we BP this twice, do 32. He does 22, and we do another 32, and that is game. That was a good game. Z Sunny Day in the first matchup, I brought it. I didn't really have it brought in until he only had like a Mamoswine and a Greninja left, which you can't really set up on those. I tried, and it died. So I was glad that Z Sunny Day Heatran actually put in work because it was going to put in work our first matchup, but luckily, I guess for me, it died and had no opportunity to shine, so he didn't really know the set, so that set kind of brought back from the previous matchup. The only thing, this team was a little bit different. I didn't bring a Slurpuff or the Salamence last time. I think in place I brought Crocodile and Como, and these two Mons I feel like would have been better, especially Slurpuff, because Slurpuff with his team I probably could have just swept if I got to +6 at any point, but his hazard setting up kind of removed that possibility. So I mean, that's some Ethereum Mons right there. But that was a good game. That was the first one I played of the night. The second one was my PWC matchup versus Rish. This is probably the one I actually care about the most, just because PWC is like the main league I play in, and you can get relegated in that one. So the not want to get relegated, you have to win. And I'm very paranoid about getting relegated because I'm always like, I'm gonna go and tilt and then get relegated and be pissy because no one wants to be relegated. But besides that, here's our second game versus Rish. I'm gonna use the fake gamer voice now this entire battle. My team here is SD. His team right here. Just to note, some Mons I thought he might bring. And by that I mean a Mon I thought he might bring was, I was thinking this would probably be the team, but have in place of maybe the Gligar. Yeah, in place of Gligar I was expecting a Alolan Muck, because Alolan Muck did some work versus me. It could sponge hits from Coco. It could Assault Vest and Alolan Muck could just sponge hits from a few of my Mons. Like right here, it could sponge hits from the Sceptile, the Tapu Koko, the Reuniclus, the Primarina. Like, it had a very good matchup versus me. So I actually made the Sceptile physical with Earthquake, because a +2 Earthquake I pretty much, I think, killed after Rot, so I'm not mistaken. Depends on the HP investment, but it did a lot. It did a lot, and if I chipped it down at all, EQ killed. I'm physical Tapu Koko again, just because of that Alolan Muck. And it was Z Wild Charge, just because if he let, depend on his lead, I could nuke it with the Z Wild Charge, because nothing on here takes it. Halucha is just the standard Electric Seed, SD, Drain Punch, Acrobatics, Roost. Registeel is match defense bold counter with a Sugar Berry, because I was scared of this Salamence or this possibly Earthquaking, which would have no point of Earthquaking, but just in case I didn't want to die from recoil. And this, I guess, too, actually. So I had that for a few Earthquake Mons, possibly Muck too, because I'm pretty sure Muck gets Earthquake. So I had this for just the Earthquake. It originally was Sugar Berry for the Lopunny, but I figured it was fine. I had a very good Lopunny answer in my Reuniclus with match defense bold It was acid armor, recover, focus blast, just to hit stuff like the Alolan Muck, honestly, and the Bronzong somewhat, and this. That was the main point of the focus blast. And originally he dropped two things. He dropped a Fortress and he dropped a Porygon, and the focus blast was also for the Porygon mainly, but then after he did his drops, I decided to keep the focus blast because it was fine. And finally, Specs Primarina, Moonblast, Hydro Pump, Ice Beam, HP Fire, just because I had it for Fortress, and honestly, there was no other. I was clicking Moonblast or Hydro Pump every time. There was no need for a fourth move. But yeah, let's start this battle. I lead Primarina thinking if he leads basically anything on his team besides this Lopunny, he leads, I could probably get a kill off on it or a heavy amount of damage. But he switches to his Lopunny and he immediately fake outs, fake out to return killed if it was max attack. Just max attack, it would kill like 100% of the time, so I didn't want that happening. Incineroar Uniclus, I'm just going to start, I'm going to Acid Armor up just because I was just wondering what he was going to do, and I thought this could do some damage. Acid Armor up again. We Psychic, do a good nothing to it. He misses a Dragon Tail, which is unfortunate. I get 29% off and a Spadef drop with my Uniclus, which I thought was just lucky to hit, and then lucky that. And that Spadef drop actually made him switch out because he's fearing the special move now with a drop. And I do 18% with this Leaf Storm, Leaf Blade, which comes back to haunt me because I was just thinking, well, if I was thinking he wasn't too defense invested for some reason off of that. Again, I didn't really count too much. I counted on the Uniclus and the Primarina a lot. But I send this in to take a fake out, and knowing that he's just going to detail me out and we're going to have some detailing shenanigans, I was like, whatever. And this time I send out my boy Registil, and here's a pretty big play because I Stealth Rock because he's switched a lot in the first 12 turns we both have. And Stealth Rocks are going to start becoming good, especially if he switched into this or this, 25-25. So I was like, time to get Rocks up. Here, I was like, I have a Primarina. Primarina can take 2 Flare Blitzes, I'm pretty sure. And he knows that, so there's no way he's going to let me just get in my Primarina for free. I did not think he would let me get my Primarina for free, but he Flare Blitzes. He's Scarfed, that's a Scarf Flare Blitz, and I live. I was not expecting to live. Because I was thinking a U-turn, and I could do a U-turn, or if he was Earthquaking for whatever reason. But I was thinking Earthquake or U-turn, I could counter, and yeah. Here he Dragon Dances up, which is kind of scary. And there's Sugar Berry. I Seismic Toss. I debated Thunder Waving, but I was thinking if I miss Thunder Wave, that's a really bad predicament to be in, because he probably just sweeps me from there, because Super Star Check would kill a +1 Tapu Koko. But luckily for me, he, let me go through those turns. I sent Tapu Koko just kind of sacked. I decided what I was going to sack. Tapu Koko is slower than the Lopunny. HP Ice is my best way to hit this thing. I could kill both of these, but looking at it, Sceptile could, I knew I was going to get a lot of damage off this Bronzong in a second because I tested with Colton, and +2 did like 55% or something, I think. Like, I knew I was going to do damage, and I didn't see an item earlier, and I was thinking he was a berry for some reason, like a resist berry, not a Iapapa or something like that, which, spoiler alert, guy was a 50% berry. But yeah, I was thinking between Lucha, these three are enough. I thought these three were enough. I wanted Uniclus 100%. Coco was slower than this, and Sceptile was faster and could like revenge if it got down low enough. And also this, I'm assuming Spadef, so I could knock it out. I was just pretty confident Sceptile was good. I knew Primarina, if it came in on anything but Lopunny, got a kill. And then Uniclus came in and took the hits from Lopunny. So I was confident. And here he sends in Liberty Belt. I know Psychic won't knock me out. I counted it and I tested. It does really close to knocking me out. I think that was actually, depending on his EVs, that was a low roll. But then we do that, it's 55%. But then he was the freaking berry, and I was like, oh, okay. The berry that got me. And here we just send in Specs Primarina to Hydro Pump, and it actually gets a kill like I said it would. It was kind of the game plan, was it gets a kill. He actually fake outs here. I was really worried that he would go straight for return, because I was thinking, if he goes straight, because like the Uniclus is taking no kinds of damage from him. So I was thinking, if he goes for return, and then gets another return crit, that could be really bad. So I was just thinking, my best interest is to not risk him getting the crit and then knocking me out possibly. So I would just think I thought he was going to go for turn, so I Hydro Pumped again. So if I Hydro Pumped again and got him, I just won. But he makes the good play of not and saving my Pre-Marine because I just want to save the Pre-Marine still. I switch this in, take 36%. He hits me again. I recover because I didn't think he was going to do that, so I just recovered. And he switches out to his Licky Licky again. And we Psychic, we get a 16% off. Focus Blast did 29 before, and it does 27. I think Rish said those are high rolls, which is unfortunate, but I will not complain. I'm funny. It was a funny joke. And then, yeah, he fake outs, returns. If he crit me, that would have been really bad because it would knock me out. But then I Psychic. Psychic with no HP investment did min 89, so, like, I'm assuming he didn't have too much investment. I'm going to say, like, 100. Probably still did a decent lit. Like, he said the roll was really in my favor with his HP investment. He Earthquakes me here, but he's fully defensive, and Reinforce is just doing what it's been doing the entire game, sponging hits. And here we're just going to Roost. He Toxics. And he's just kind of Toxicing just to, like, wait for me to basically kill him. And then we Psychic. We get the Spadef drop again because this Reinforce is just god tier this game. He does 9. That was 9 damage. And my second Psychic knocks him out. So, yeah. He did really good that game. It was a really fun game. He did really good knocking out the there's a plane outside flying by. But he did really, really good to knock out the Tapu Koko Lucha really early on. That was really nice on his play. This is a fun game. My second one of the night. I was feeling myself after this, and then I was playing the undefeated Justin in the NPC. This son of a bitch. I've been jokingly having a grudge match against him all week, saying I'm gonna destroy you because he's 7-0, and like the power rankings they rate me 5, even though I'm like one of the few teams that only has 1 loss. And I have phone messages, so we're gonna, you know. Here's me reading phone messages. Hello, my name is Valerie. Sorry for butt doll. Are you looking to pick up? Okay, sorry. So sorry. Yeah, this is But yeah, the game starts out. He usually leads Karen Black, so I was kind of like expecting him to lead Karen Black, and I was gonna Vault Switch, sending the Bronze on. I had like a whole game set, but leads his Arcanine, which for the people who are on PWC, you'll recognize this team. Justin has the most broken team because somebody dropped. I forgot what they picked up, but somebody dropped a Jirachi. Justin immediately picked it up because it's free, so you can basically do anything. And then he traded a Alolan Ninetales for Clefable. So, like, his team's got Clefable, Totspets, Cresselia, Jirachi. His team's basically got, like, variations of stall on it. He can have, like, base of the wall any team, depending on the matchup. And then he has a Kieran Black and a Superior and a Lucario for his offense, which is really good offense, especially the Kieran Black. But, yeah, the matchup I have here is, I'm just going to hit through my team. I'm Stark Rotom with T-Bolt, Volt Switch, Overheat, Trick. I knew he was going to bring a team with some stall on it just because he has to, basically. He proved Bronze on match to Spadef, actually, though. With Stealth Rod, Gyro Ball, Earthquake, Toxic. I'm Physical, Thunders with Expert Belt with U-Turn, Knockoff, Wild Charge, and Superpower. I'm set up Zygarde that's not max speed. It's 2A speed because his team I thought was going to be pretty slow. And it's 1,000 Waves, Z Substitute, Z Outrage. Don't know what. Oh, Manaphy, which is just Tailglow, 3 attacks, which are Psychic, Surf, and Ice Beam. I was going to be Dazzling Gleam for this little son of a bitch, but I just figured that there was going to be no opportunity to Dazzling Gleam this thing, really, so why bring it? So yeah, let's go ahead and start this battle. This is my actually favorite battle of the 3, and it happening last is pretty funny. So here, I was bulk up. Justin's the Berry Master. I was expecting him to be Sugar Berry. I was just going to bulk up on the Arcanine switch and get +1 and just start plowing through stuff. But no. Also, pre-thing, I thought this was a Clefairy, not a Clefable. I don't know why I misread Clefable. So I didn't bring anything for this, so we're just going to have to hopefully play around it skillfully. But he's Z-Fly. He told me he was Sugar Berry, but he said that he knew I said he was being predictable, so he basically switched it, knowing that I was expecting the berry, which is a really good prep on his part. Justin's probably one of the best preppers I know. And then he does a butt ton of damage to me with that Flare Blitz, and I just Toxic him because I was expecting him to switch out, but he did not, which I was very sad about. And then he Toxics me with this Rotom Heat. And then I Volt Switch. I do a lot. This is not his defensive Arcanine. that we're so used to seeing. He wild charges, and I knock him out toxic. I was really worried about this thing dying, but luckily he wild charged, which I kind of thought he might. I almost went Manthe, but I thought he might do that. We're going to send in my Rotom Heat now. We take a 41% from the size of Metalis. Him fearing the trick, knowing it's Scarf, he switches out to his Lucario. And I Volt Switch, which was really nice for me. I send in this, I Wild Charge, not revealing anything yet, which... Oh, God. Yeah, it does not reveal anything. He sends in this, which is a big problem for me. He Leaf Storms, and I just U-turn out. I do a good chunk. I'm Rindo Berry also on this Manaphy, because I knew this thing was going to be a problem for the team I was bringing if it got a +2. So this is Rindo Berry. It does 88% like max. If he doesn't crit, I basically don't die. He didn't crit. I Ice Beam. He's fucking Yachi because Justin's the Berry Master. He's Yachi. That made me laugh. And then he sends in this Kyurem. Here I make a good play, I would like to say. I Tail Glow, expecting him to roost off the damage, and he does. And then he switches into his Unaware Clef, which, again, I didn't bring anything to beat this. I'm all set up Mons, which I didn't bring anything to beat it, but I did bring Ice Beam, which can beat it. It does. So I freeze him. I surf him. He doesn't unfreeze. I surf him again. We killed him. I was happy. He sends in this Chansey. I don't need to keep Manaphy alive anymore.